What is up, my awesome people? Here, Ace Rocks here, and today we are going to be having a review on the new Battlefield game, Battlefield Hardline. And this is pretty much just a day one review. I played the game for, well, since yesterday. I mean, it came out yesterday, so I've been playing it since then. And I guess I'm gonna try and give a solid review on it. And before I start off, it's not probably going to be a good one. I'm actually fairly disappointed with this game because basically I don't feel like it's an add-on to Battlefield 4. I don't feel like it's anything. I feel like it's another Battlefield Bad Company or Bad Company 2. It's like it just sort of branches off a little bit. But what they did with it, I feel like it's sort of a mini game within a game. Like, I feel like it should have been an add-on to a game, but it was just a little more than an add-on could be, so they made an actual game out of it and tried. And the bad part is, I mean, this is just my opinion, but like one of the main things in the game, the heist game mode, to me that's kind of boring and not fun at all. Like the gameplay you're seeing right now, that game type is freaking amazing. That game type is actually what I've been playing basically since I first started playing it. It's pretty much just conquest, but you got to capture a car and then you pretty much just ride around the car, and I think eventually it blows up by itself, and you pretty much just try and keep all the cars until the enemy team loses. Simple conquest or domination style sort of thing. But it's completely different because if you have a car and they have a car, you're trying to kill each other, and that's actually pretty fun. But let me get back to what I was saying. I do not feel like this game should be a full game. If any, I am actually surprised I went out and paid $60 for this game because, hell, I bought Halo, the Master Chief Collection. I'm surprised I paid $60 for that because it doesn't work at all, really. But it's still worth the $60 because eventually when it does work, it'll be worth the $60. But this game is a full functioning game. They want you to pay $60 for this game, then pay another $40 for freaking premium, and then expect you to put $100 into this game, and they want you to believe that it's worth $100 of your money. And I can promise you right now that this game is nowhere freaking near that much money. I would not buy this game anytime soon. Now, if you go to the store, it's probably anywhere between $30 and $45 if you're a Battlefield fan or not. If you're not a Battlefield fan, you just want to play it, I'd say around $30. But if you're a Battlefield fan, go ahead. If it's $45, go ahead and pick it up. If not, you just sit down and keep playing Battlefield 4. Because if you're looking for the next Battlefield to sit down and play for hours on end, to me, this is not that game. I've been playing Battlefield since around Battlefield Bad Company 1. I didn't really play any other Battlefields before that until, I started playing Bad Company 1, I liked it, and I played ones before that. But Battlefield Bad Company 1 was the first one that got me started. And I'm disappointed with this game. And it's actually one of the first bad games that I think I've played from DICE. And the bad part is, it's not even a bad game, it's just the way they marketed this game and the way that they just did this game as a whole. I feel like they didn't complete it like they should have. There's maps, there's guns, there's excess things. I mean, like with every new integration of Battlefield, they're going to add something new to make the game look more appealing. First off, the game looks beautiful, but I'm not all in for graphics. But they did add in some cool stuff, like just random crap that you'll probably see whenever you're playing. I can't name it off the top of my head right now, but pretty much just as you can see watching me play this game, the driving in this game, which is actually, to me, unless you're playing the car part, I don't think it's that important because most of the heists that I played is not really too car oriented. I mean, there's a bank heist the bank heist is my favorite heist because it's pretty much a big bank and then there's a small little city section around the outside. Just imagine Rush, but no longer when you capture Rush. it goes to the next side. It's just that one little section of rush, and that's it. That's all the heist is to me. It's basically just a reskinned version of the rush from other games, and I don't necessarily like that. I mean, they could have done it like a more Payday style kind of thing, where like you're going in and trying to rob the bank, and all of a sudden the cops come. But it's not necessarily like that. Like, the cops, they got to go in and get the money. I mean, like, it should be more of like a standstill instead of like, because you can completely overrun the enemy team, which, I mean, I guess that's sort of the point sometimes. But to me, it's a little more unbalanced than it needs to be. I mean, some of the guns can literally kill you faster than the other guns. And that's not fair. I mean, like, I've been killed multiple times by an automatic rifle while I'm shooting at them with my automatic rifle. I can get my shot done first. I can get 10 hit markers, and then I'd still die. But then I don't really get mad at stuff like that. But that's still in the game. I mean, of course, it's a brand new game and it's still at launch, but it's still something that's there and probably going to be fine-tuned a little bit. Also, the snipers in this game are fairly horrible for what I have played with. I've unlocked the first 2 snipers, and both of them are trash. Literally, probably the one-shot kill ratio on the first sniper is about 9 out of 10. And by that I mean you shoot 9 times and hit the person 9 times and they only die once. That's what I mean by that, if that made any sense. Pretty much, I'm pretty mad at this game, but I'm done ranting about the game. Let me talk about some good things about the games. One, the maps in this game is actually fairly well. I do like most of the maps. They are pretty well laid out, and even though I was just complaining about the weapons are actually fun to use, like literally fun to use. Like half the time I feel like just running around with my pistol, sneaking around freaking little walls and just shooting the guy. It's a little more fun than usual. And the fact that another great thing about this game, and it's also a bad thing, but to me it's somewhat a good / bad thing, but it's just imagine you're playing Battlefield and everybody is centered in at the C flag on Conquest on any map, and then just like everyone's running to that flag at the same time. Just imagine that, but about 4 or 5 times worse, and you're playing it as a heist on Battlefield Hardline. That is exactly how this game runs. Literally, there is a heist in the very center, like there's a mansion heist. It's just flooded with people and death, and that is it's crazy, but it's also crazy fun. And I don't know, it could be viewed as a good or bad thing. Like if you like more like structured shooters like Halo, kind of like me. I mean, honestly, like as long as I'm having fun, I don't really care how it is. But it adds a little different aspect. I mean, I'm sure once people get used to playing this game and get along with it, there's going to be less of a cluster in the dead center than there is now, but I find myself dying most of the time because I'm in the middle of that cluster, which is of course going to mess up my KD, but no one cares about that anymore. But all in all, my full opinion of this game, if you should buy it or not, I'm going to just go ahead and say yes, you should go ahead and probably buy the game. I wouldn't say anytime soon. I'd say I'd wait for it to come down to like $50 to $45 to maybe even $30, depending on you and your play type. But if you are honestly a die-hard Battlefield fan and you want the game right now and you've been watching gameplay reviews and everything, let me tell you right now, it's not exactly what you think it is, and it's not exactly what you believe it's going to look like when you're playing it. But it is fun. It is fun all in all, but I don't think Battlefield should be on the title of it. It's very Battlefield-esque to me, but it just doesn't feel like a traditional Battlefield game to me. But then again, that's also opinion. Now, I'm not trying to rag on the game or say anything necessarily negative about the game. I'm just putting my viewpoints on most of the parts of this game. And so far, about after a day of playing it. I can see me playing this game for a little while longer. Hopefully, I'm going to do another review in like probably a month, like a month after review. I can see myself playing this game for a little while longer, but I don't think this game is going to have a long lifeline. I think that this is the middle game in between Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 5. And I don't think they're ever going to make like a Hardline 2 like what they did with Bad Company 2. I just don't see that happening. But yep, that's it for my review. If you want a number, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. No, 6 out of 10. There you go. 6.5. That makes me happy. Well, thank you guys for watching this video ever so much. I hope you guys did happen to enjoy the video, and rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.